Hello, my dear students. So, in last class, we have discussed regarding network analysis systems, how the networks are going to play a major role in a construction industry, I can say. Okay. So, for example, if we take a project related to civil engineering or mechanical engineering or any engineering disciplinary, I can say, right. If I consider any one particular project, it must starts with some network systems, yes or no, right. So, how to give the link towards the approach as well as towards the completion of that particular project, that part we need to concentrate more always. For example, if I am going to appears for one examination, let us say one example. Okay. So, for that writing examination and fulfilling that examination is one task. Okay. Before that or to reach that part, you have so many other parameters to do. Yes or no? Some works may starts with simultaneously, I can say. Some work may be dependent, some work may be independent, I can say. Some works may starts concurrently, something like that. Okay. So, if we want to give the link of these activities towards the completion of that particular project, and we need to represent that entire flow of activities through a system called network analysis systems, through the diagram called network diagrams. Okay. So, in last class we have discussed regarding activity, what is meant by activity we have discussed, right. Then what is the event we have discussed. Okay. So, we have discussed regarding elements of network diagrams, I can say. Okay. So, what all the elements get involved in network systems, that part we have discussed in detail. Okay. So, in continuation with that, how the network diagrams are going to play a major role by giving the link towards the activities, that part we are going to discuss now. Okay. For example, so our intention is to have a construction of a residential building. Let us say our intention is, or our project main aim is construction of 1 BHK residential building, that is one task. Okay. So, of course, the work must starts with different stages, I can say. Yes or no? So, initially we have to purchase the land, then we have to go ahead with all the documentations, we need to convert that entire things towards the authorities. Okay. So, that is one part which will start after taking that land or a property, I can say. Yes or no? So, taking or purchasing property is your first thing or first step, first activity. Let us say it as activity 1 or activity A. Activity A is purchasing the land or purchasing of site or purchasing that property, whatever might be the thing, I can say. Okay. Then after purchasing, we need to go ahead with some documentation works, because it is not completely ready to construct, I can say. We have to work something behind that, we have to go to urban development authority or we have to reach corporations, so that we need to get some certificates related to construction, I can say. Okay. That is the second part. So, part B or second part or activity B must start after completion of part A, yes or no, right. So, activity A is initial work or start of the project, activity B is dependent on activity A, yes or no. So, it starts after completion of activity A. Okay. After B, after taking all the certificates and everything, we have to start simultaneously the preparation of planning for that particular building. We will approach some some institute or some firm or some company or consultancy. Yes, this is what we have planned. So, I want 1 BHK residential building. So, show me some plans, elevations, 3D modelings, etc. These are the part which will done simultaneously. So, that is that activity, I will say it as activity C. Okay. So, activity A, purchase of land, activity B, certifications and documentations work. Okay. That part will run simultaneously. At the same time, concurrently, parallelly, activity C is also get started, because they are not interlinked with each other. Yes or no? Need not necessary to wait until the activity B completes. So, activity C I can start directly, because that is separate aspect. So, here activity C is, they are starting concurrently, parallelly, I can say. B and C, they are at running stage. So, once the completion of B and C takes place, next D activity will start after completion of Z, that is execution part. Once the planning is done, we have to start executing the things, that is earthwork, excavation in foundation, that is the first thing in building, I can say. Okay. That is activity D. Of course, activity D must complete after activity C, I mean starts with after completion of activity C. Yes or no? So, likewise, if I give the link towards the end of the project is completion of project and handovering to client. That is your last part, I can say. It might be of H, I, J or any one number, I can say. That is the last part of your whole process, construction activity. Yes, sir. So, if you want to give the link, so orally we are discussing right now. In general, in a descriptive manner we are discussing right now. So, what is the nature of work starts from this position and it will end up with that level. But if you want to represent that in terms of a analysis system, in terms of some network systems, then their representation matters. That is why the network diagrams are going to play a major role. Of course, we are giving the network here, we are linking the networks, no doubt, but how to represent those networks, that matters. Yes or no? So, all work should be end up with some representations. It might be graphical representation, it might be some written statements, I can say. Similarly, here also we are going to represent those events, those activities with their consumptions of time through a diagram. That is graphical representation. That process we can call it as network diagram. Okay. So, we are going to take some examples, worked examples or live examples, and then how to give the network diagrams or how to develop the network diagrams. Okay. So, the problem is something like this. So, A is the first job to be performed at its initial stage, then B and C can be done concurrently, that is parallelly, simultaneously, and follow A. Okay. Here A is first activity, B and C starts concurrently, okay, and they must start after completion of A. Of course, we need to note down these points. Then B must proceed D, E must succeed C, but it cannot start until B is completed. The last operation F is dependent on the completion of both. Okay. That is C and D. Let us construct a network diagram. So, the problem shows like this. So, now we are going to give the link how the network systems are going to develop. Okay. So, the first thing is, of course, I will take this as 1, that is event, that is the start of event, I can say, that is number 1, and this would be the end of the event 2. I mean 1 starting point, 2 is the ending point. In between 1 to 2, we can have activity A, which will in turn consume some durations, that is separate issues. Okay. First, we are going to concentrate how to draw a network diagrams. Okay. So, A is the first activity, starts at its initial stage. Soon after completion of A, he has suggested the link that B and C are the activities starts simultaneously. So, I will say this is activity B and this is activity C. B and C starts simultaneously, they are concurrently, but they must follow A. What it indicates? B and C, of course, they are started parallelly, but after completion of A, they are not going to start. So, once the A is finished, then B and C may start simultaneously. Okay. B requires some duration, C requires some duration, that is separate issues. Okay. So, I will assign this as 3 and this as 4, that is nodes, okay, because this is starting point of a project A, this is end of the project A. Soon after end of the project A, that is number 2, B and C starts at the same point. So, here 2 is the starting point of B as well as C. Similarly, 3 is ending point of B and 4 is ending point of C. Okay. Then the third point says B must proceed D, right? B must proceed D, yes, B must proceed D, and the next point, E must succeed C, E must succeed C, and C usually what we usually present like this. Usually, if you are going to be at initial stage, yes, after D, I mean D must starts after completion of B, E must starts after completion of C. We are going to link the activities like this, but see the next statement. What is the next statement? E must succeed C, but it cannot start until B is completed. What is the statement he has written here? Yes. B must proceed D, B must proceed D, E must succeed C, but it cannot start until B is completed. That means what? After B. So for example, B and C may start simultaneously, but if you want to start with activity E, B must be completed. That indicates we have to link activity B towards E. That means we have to introduce an activity called dummy activity. Of course, in last class itself we have discussed regarding the nature of dummy activities. What is meant by dummy activities? The activities which cannot consume any resources, any time, any materials, any resources I can say. So those activities are treated as dummy activities, and we have to represent dummy activities in dotted line. This indicates what? Of course, once we have represented it as a dotted line, that indicates this is dummy activity. It doesn't require any activities, I mean any durations I can say, any resources I can say. But soon after completion of B, E will start. If you have not at all represented like this, that may leads to some other statements that E is not at all dependent on B. Soon after completion of C, E can start. But if you give the link like this, even though, for example, let us say C consumes 2 days to finish and B consumes 4 days to finish. Let us say an example. It might be of any work. Okay. If you have not at all introduced this dummy activity, then what it indicates? After 2 days completion of C, E will start. But if you give the link like this requires 4 days and this requires 2 days. Even though C completes 2 days, we should not supposed to start with E, because it interdepends on B. Yes or no? Even though this 3 to 4, linking between 3 to 4 nodes is not at all going to have any resources, but this requires 4 days. Even though C of 2 days, we have to wait for 2 more days to finish task B, because he has noted down activity E starts once the B is completed. But fortunately, we are not going to concentrate here with their durations. Okay. In upcoming classes, we will discuss if the activities consumes the duration, then what will be the representation of network systems. Okay. Fine. So D, E, B, C, and this is what the link we have given. And last statement he has given, the last operation F dependent on the completion of both. Completion of both means what? D and E, because F is the last statement I can say. But fortunately, before observing the last statement, if you proceed the activities like this, then what it indicates? See, they are parallel running. Yes or no? So we need to give the link between D and E. So instead of representing those two parameters like this, we need to represent. Of course, the phenomenon will remain same. Instead of a straight line, I need to start discussing the concepts like this, because our next statement clearly says that activity F depends on both D and E. Both D and E means what? After completion of D as well as E, your last activity F will commence. Yes or no? That means we should not supposed to draw a line like this. We are going to suggest the line something like this. Of course, the duration of consumption will remain the same, no doubt, but only the representation matters. How we are going to represent, how we are going to link that particular activity, that matters. So B, D, after C, E will commence. E is interdepends on B, that's why we have introduced a dummy activity between 3 to 4 nodes, then this is E and D. So after of course, I will assign node 1, 2, 3, 4, and this I will assign it as 5. Soon after completion of this, your activity F will commence, right? So this is what the development of a network diagram for the given activities. A is the first activity performed initially. B and C are the two events start simultaneously, concurrently, right? So D will starts after completion of B, yes, then E starts after completion of C, but it should not supposed to start until B is completed. That means we have to give a link as a dummy activities, right? So soon after completion of D and E, F will commence. F will be the end of the project, A will be the start of the project. So 1 is a starting point or starting node, number 6 is a ending node of a activities. Okay. So in exams also we may get develop a network diagram of this kind. This is one of the initial network systems we can say. Okay. So in upcoming classes we are going to have bigger one. Okay, because if I take a construction activities as an example, so in a construction activity there are huge number of events are interlinked with each other. So then how to give those interlinks, how to give the link of those activities, and then by giving the link we need to develop a network diagrams. Yes or no? So by observing this diagram anyone can decide what is exactly the process takes place, what is exactly going on. Even a non-technical person can also identify what is exactly going on or what is exactly the flow of projects takes place. Yes or no? So this is the first example. Okay, that is development of a network diagram for a simple project. Similarly, we can have one more problem. Okay, so the problem is something like this. Okay, please. Yes. The problem is like this. A project has 14 activities A through M, that is A is the starting point, then M is the end of the project. Okay. So there are 14 activities get involved in this whole project. The relationship which obtain amongst these activities are as shown in figure. Okay. So A is the first operation. A is the first operation. B and C can be performed in parallel and are immediate successor to A. Yes. D, E and F follows B. That means what? D, E, F follows B. Please go through the introduction about the problem, that is the description about the problem. Okay. D, E, F follows B means they are going, these three activities start simultaneously. D, E and F. After completion of B, these three will start. Okay. G follows E, H follows D, but it cannot start until E is complete. I and J succeed G, F and J proceed K, H and I proceed L, M succeeds L and K, the last operation N succeeds M and C. Let us construct a network diagram. Okay. We have to observe the relationships carefully. Okay. Once the relationship is clear, because there are huge activities, more number of activities are getting involved, definitely it leads some confusion. Yes, sir, because at one stages even first and second events are interlinked with the last or last but one events, I can say. Yes or no? So these types of difficulties we may come across while giving or while dealing with the huge number of projects or huge number of activities getting involved in a project. Okay. So let us construct a network diagram for this example. Okay. Yes. So it starts with like this. So the first operation is A is a first operation. I will start with one by one. Okay. Let us say A is a first operation. Once again I will assign node 1, node 2. A is a first operation, yes, and is performed at the initial stage. Then the second relationship he will suggest, B, C can be performed in parallel and are immediate successor to A. That indicates what? B is one activity, C is one activity. See, at the same time we should not supposed to end this C here itself, because we don't know at one stage it may proceed, it may take the duration in a longer stretch, I can say. That is why at the initial stage we usually while constructing a network we should be careful. Okay, what should be the length of that line, okay, how their predecessor and successor are interlinked with each other, that part also we should be keep in your mind, okay, while constructing network diagrams. Okay. Otherwise, right now what we have faced in previous problem, that type of problems we may come across. That is why we should not supposed to say that it must be of parallel, always a straight line or parallel lines. okay, or it would be having inclined in nature. That part we need to concentrate until we have to come across their predecessor and successor activities. Okay. So B and C can be performed directly. For initial stage, I will write this is B and this is C, because C is not only end up with here itself, because after doing so many parameters, C will going to link. Okay. Yes. So the second relationship says B and C can be performed in parallel and are immediate successor to A. B and C are, the activity starts after completion of A. Then the next point, D, E and F. D, E and F starts or follows after B. That means what? This is 1, 2. I will assign this as node 3. Here we have 3 activities. One is D, E and F. Yes, and at the same time, please concentrate here. It's not mandatory, or there is no any hard and fast rule to decide B must be comes here, C must be comes here. Not like that. Even though you can change these two. Okay, if you can write C here and you can write B here, it doesn't make any difference. Okay, so this depends on your convenience. So that finally we have to link all the parameters in a proper manner. Okay. Yes. So after B, so I will assign this as D, E, F. Even though we can vary these D, E, F in reverse order, but make sure that their next to next events must link with the same thing. Otherwise, we should not supposed to have a circular or arc type of lines in network diagrams. It must be a straight line. It must be inclined with horizontal, I can say, but it must be end the straight lines, I can say. Okay, that's why we should not supposed to have corrugated lines, or let us link the line. If this is not matching, let us say an arc like this, and we can link it. That's not possible. Okay, that type of representations usually we will avoid in network diagrams. Okay, yes. So the next activity, next relationship is D, E and F follows B. D, E, F follows B. Yes, your second relationship is clear now. Then the third relationship, fourth one, G follows E. G follows E. So this is 4, 3. I will assign this as 4, 5, 6 as a nodes. G follows E means what? This is activity G starts after E. Yes or no? So G follows E. H follows D. H follows D. H follows D, but he will give one more link, one more hint that H follows D, but it cannot start until E is completed. Yes, until E is completed, we should not supposed to start with H. That means what? We have to introduce a dummy activity here between 5th to 4th model. Yes. So after completion of E, your H will commence. Yes or no? So that indicates what? So B, D, E, F start simultaneously. After E, G will commence. After D, H will commence, but H must start after completion of A. That's why we have to introduce dummy activity here. Okay. So that means even though we can more specific, instead of assigning 4 here and 5 here, let us assign 4 here and 5 here. That means what? First completion of project will be the minimum one, I can say. After 3, this would be 4. This is 4. Even though this is D, D must comes before E, but with respect to activity relationship, 4 and 5 will be the better representation, I can say. Okay. So 2, 3, 4, this is 5, of course 6, not a problem. H starts after D as well as after completion of E. Okay. Up to 5th relationship we are following right now. You have to concentrate relationship very carefully. Okay. Yes. What about next statement? H follows D, but it cannot start until E is completed. Yes, that part is clear. The next relationship is I and J succeed G. I and J succeed G. That means what? After G, I will assign this as 5, 6, that is nodal point 7. So from G, there are 2 activities get started, that is I as well as J. even though while representing I and j, someone may say it as, I will represent it in an inclined manner, sir. I will represent it in an inclined manner. Yes or no? There is any specific rule is there, as I need to go ahead with a straight line like this, or like this. There are three provisions are there. Yes or no? We can represent the activity relationship like a straight line, that is one horizontal, vertical or inclined. Yes or no? So, representation of these three is quite sufficient, quite possible, but we need to concentrate at what extent we are going to link the parameters. That is very, very important thing here. Okay. Okay. Yes, I and j succeeds g. That means after g, so I will start with two activities. One is this is I and this is j. Why I have taken these two vertically up and down? Because next to next relationship, they are in turn having some link. That also we need to keep it in our mind. Okay. See, I and j succeeds g. F and j, next relationship is F and j proceed k. F, j, after F and j, activity k will proceed. That means what? We have to link these two. Yes or no? One, there is only one chance. Either we have to extend this j until somewhere else here, and then F will also come and join here, then the k will commence. Yes or no? So, we should not supposed to stick on to this F here itself. Otherwise, it is not possible to give the arc and giving link towards that particular activity and start up with the next activity, not like that. Okay. Instead of that, we can do one small variations, that instead of giving F somewhere else here, let us extend this F somewhere else here. Yes, F and j, because k must start after completion of these two activities. If I assign this is k, yes, no doubt k must start after F and j completes, because the relationship is F and j proceed k. F and j proceed k. K must start after completion of F as well as j. That is why I have taken this as a vertical. We should not supposed to assign this as j here. Yes or no? So, here we have some chances making this d, e, f may be of interchange, but here it is not possible. If I assign this as j and this as I, how we are going to link this activity j towards f? Yes or no? That seems to be a little bit difficult now. Yes or no? That is why we should be specific while representing the link of these activities. Okay. So, this is I and this is j. I have taken j purposefully downward because f and j has to link with k. Yes or no? So, these parts, these parameters we need to keep it in mind. K starts after j and f completes. Next statement is h and I proceed L. Now, we can see h and I proceed L. That is why I have taken here as number 6, 7, node 8. Right. So, after this we can have activity L which starts after completion of H as well as I. Yes or no? If I taken I is in vertical downward direction, then I could not have that much of grip towards the linking of H. It may lead to be difficulty. Yes or no? I need to come up with huge progress of lines, I can say. That is how we should be specific always. So, L starts after completion of H and I activities. Yes or no? So, the next relationship is M succeeds L and K. See the last statement, M succeeds. That means what? M activity must start after completion of L and K. Yes or no? So, can I say this is number 8, this activity I will assign it as number 9. Soon after completion of activity K as well as L, your next activity M will commence, and at the same time, see here, there are once again n number of chances are there. See, for example, if I represent like this, let us say this is activity M. It's not a problem at all. I can say like this. But observe the last statement. Your last statement says the last operation N succeeds M and C. That means what? See here, C. At initial stage we have given a link, activity C. That is M is the last but one activity, N is the last activity. If N has to commence, make sure that M as well as C must complete. That means what? Instead of giving a line like this, because if I represent a line like this, how we are going to link C activity towards M? Yes or no? It seems to be a difficulty to execute it, right? That's why instead of representing like this, let us straight away take that activity towards point C. Yes or no? So I will take something like this. Yes, after K and L, your M activity will commence, or else I will represent here activity M will start, right? So 9, this I will assign it as node 10, but C is here, okay? So that's why I will extend this activity C towards a node 10. Let us assign this as C. Yes. So soon after completion of M and C, your activity N will commence and it will end up with node 11. Yes. So now we have given a relationship between those interrelationship activities. Some may start concurrently, some may start independently, some may have to introduce some dummy activities. Depends upon the network systems. Yes or no? So if any one non-technical person can also observe the system or network or this diagram, he can easily identify, yes, what is exactly the nature of work going to take place. Yes or no? So this is what the network diagram of practical construction related activities, I can say. Okay. So in upcoming class, we are going to discuss some more logical based problems on the activities as well as their nodes. Okay. Here we are concentrated only on the activities. We have not at all concentrated their durations. Yes or no? Because activity A, for example, if I consider a construction of a building, okay, construction of building in turn consists of so many activities: earthwork, excavation in foundation, bed concrete in foundation, SSM in footings, plinth, burn brick masonry in superstructure. Yes sir, there are so many other activities are there. Yes sir, if I add all those activities within this system, then activity A, earthwork, excavation, which in turn consumes some durations, yes or no? Yes, to excavate the earth, it requires 1 week or 10 days, depends upon the intensity of work, intensity of project, I can say. Okay, so that is durations. Always while discussing the activities with respect to their network systems, we have to write top activity name on bottom duration of that particular activity. Similarly, activity B, bed concrete in foundation, may take some durations. Yes, activity D, SSM in foundations and footings, it might be consume some durations. Likewise, okay. So there are some interlinks also there. Then how to give those interlinks, then how to calculate their total duration of the project, then finally we have to end up with to reach the node 11. So what should be the total duration of the project? That's how always the start of the project and end of the projects will be encountered in a project systems. Okay, thank you.